Hello, please sit down.
Thank you. Thank you.
My name is Zainab Kudbi. What is your name?
My name is Shivani Gupta.
And what is your name?
My name is Shrankla Sharma.
So your names are Shivani Gupta, roll number 1A, and Shrankla Sharma, roll number 1B. Shivani Gupta, tell me how do you spend your leisure hours?
Ma'am, I spend my leisure hours usually by reading some kind of novels, usually romantic novels. I like watching thriller and suspense movies. I also like talking to my grandmom and reading some kind of
What kind
magazines.
of magazines do you like to read?
Some educational magazines.
Okay, thank you. Now, Shrankla, tell me what is your aim in life?
I want to become a CA.
Why have you chosen this profession?
Because I'm influenced by my uncle who is a CA. And it was my father's dream too to see me as a CA.
You know how to achieve your aim? What's
Yes,
it?
ma'am. I think I would first complete my HSC, then I would join some of the one of the coaching institute for CA. And if I would work hard, I would definitely achieve my target.
Okay, thank you. Now, Shivani Gupta, you will tell us about your topic. When you are finished, Shrankla will ask you one question. I'll ask you some more questions. Would you like to begin, please?
Yes, ma'am. My topic is voting in India. Voting is a constitutional right if one is a citizen over 18 years of age. However, that also makes it optional. It has been a tendency among voters to treat the voting day as a day of rest. While skipping the vote may not seem to cause any harm, but the long-term consequences are disastrous. Voting is the agent of change. If people of India think that the ruling government officials are not performing their duties properly, they can show them the door by casting vote against them. In a country so populous, a voter might feel that skipping a single vote would not make any difference. However, the balance tilts when this becomes a national attitude and lakhs of votes are not cast.
Thank you. Now, Shrankla, please keep your question, please.
Yes, ma'am. Well, Shivani, please tell me, what do you think? Is voting a responsibility or a right?
Shrankla, well, I think voting is as much a responsibility as it is a right. The whole edifice of Indian democracy is built on the foundation of voting. If citizens are not careful about casting their vote, it will jeopardize the existence of a democratic republic.
Shivani, tell me, can you elect the right person by voting?
To some
Do you think?
extent, it can't be denied that the recent government experience has been struggling with rampant corruption and unsure economy. Election after election has seen many ineffective governments come to power. However, not casting one's vote will only worsen the condition.
How far voting is going on a fair trial in India?
Not to some extent, government officials are very corrupted. They used to bribe the candidates and also the voters to vote in favor of them.
Now, Shrankla Sharma, you will tell us about your topic. When you have finished, Shivani Gupta will ask you one question. I'll ask some more questions. Would you like to begin, please?
Thank you, ma'am. My topic is female foeticide. If I am about to define it, female foeticide is the inhuman act of killing a girl child inside a woman's womb, not allowing her to take birth. It is usually practiced by the pressure of women-in-laws and her husband, as Indian families mostly focus on birth of a boy child, as they believe that a boy could lead to their future generation. In countries like India, Korea, Japan, Pakistan and many other Asian countries, this is very popularized. Our ancient scriptures have also confused us a lot. On one hand, they say take girl as a goddess and pray her, but on the other hand, they contradict them itself. It says that a son could only provide salvation or eternal rest to his parents, so people think about that and they take girl as a burden. But they must get that girls are competing at boys at every level, in every field. Also, the systems like dowry and child marriages have supported a lot in increasing the rate of female foeticide.
Thank you. Now, Shivani, can you please ask the question?
Shrankla, what can the society do at large to stop female foeticide?
I think that we on personal level could not do anything. We at society at large have to believe that girls are no way less than boy in everything. We should think of modern, act modern, believe that girls are no way less than a boy. They are doing everything the perfect way it could be done, and girls can never do something that could harm others.
Shrankla, can you tell me what steps government can take to prevent female foeticide?
Ma'am, government could abide some rules and regulations, formulate some laws that would punish the people who would kill girls inside the womb. Also, projects like Ladli Lakshmi Yojana practiced in Madhya Pradesh have supported a lot in decreasing the rate of female foeticide.
What is the basic reason for female foeticide?
Ma'am, it's the illiteracy that is prevailing in the country and also people's mentality about girls.
Okay, thank you. Now, that's the end of the task. Let's go to the next task. I'm going to give you a card which is information about your problem. I will now read the information once and I would like you to read two and then discuss with your partner how you can come down to a solution. The food in your school canteen is unhygienic. Discuss with your partner what problems this might cause and what can be done to improve the quality of food.
The unhygienic food, I think, can cause many diseases like diarrhea, cholera, dysentery, etc. It would damage the student's immune system and can cause many diseases.
And yes, if it is not treated properly, this could even cause long-term effects. It can turn to chronic diseases that could cause many hazards in future.
I think the principal should see into this matter, should report to the canteen management about the unhealthy food being served.
And as canteen management is the prime authority of serving food to the children, they must ensure that they are providing quality and standard food to their students.
The students can also do a lot. They can conduct campaigns, conduct debates regarding this matter.
And I also believe that these debates must focus totally on this point that unhygienic food could cause many hazards.
I think the canteen management should also do a lot about this. They can close the windows by using some nets to avoid mosquitoes and flies. They can also use, they should also use high quality spices.
And I believe that if canteen is surrounded by drainage, it should be covered properly because instead of windows, doors are also open all the time for the entrance of students. So if drainages are closed, mosquitoes and other insects could not enter the place.
The fruits and vegetables also must be fresh. They should be washed properly. After the food being prepared, it must be covered.
Yes, many times I think that the canteen staff does not take care of the food. They don't think it's fresh or stale. So this may be the main reason why students felt sick.
I think the floor must also be kept clean. They should use some odorless cleaners.
Yeah, because germs are present on floor also. So it's a nice option. I think that if we are talking to the principal, we could also involve our parents in this. Our parents could pressurize our school to do something good for the students, as the health is a must for every person. Do you think our friends will agree?
Yes, they should, as their health is also in danger.
Yeah, but many times some people does not what we can do for our friends that they should agree to our solutions.
Even I think the water served, it also should be fresh.
Yeah, of filters, of mineral water is also a good option. What else?
The teachers can also help students.
Yeah, teachers. We can read, we are mostly reading newspapers, and nowadays we can see many news of students in Anganwadis and all, where people are falling sick of dangerous food. So if we will give such examples of practical examples, everyone will understand what we are trying to say.
The students should very much look into this matter. It is their
Can you
health.
stop now, please? Have we reached a solution?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, we think that we should consult to our principal about what the situations are prevailing in our canteen. We should consult to our canteen staff. We must give them measures that they could they should clean the floors, cover the food, and many other steps.
Do you agree with her, Shivani?
Yes, ma'am, I agree with her. The students can also inform to their parents about the very matter. The parents can inform principal and the canteen management and can suggest some measures regarding the unhealthy food being served.
Okay, now tell me, would your principal agree to the solution?
Yes, ma'am, our principal will agree, as he is the prime authority of the school. If he will not do this, the reputation of school will bulge, and also at the same time the students will fall sick, which their parents would also not like.
How easy or how difficult do you think it would be to convince your friends regarding this?
It will be to some extent will be difficult, but the students should look into this very matter, as it is their health. They should not compromise with their health, as it can cause very chronic diseases also.
And do you think your parents can play any role in this?
Yeah, our parents can play a major role in this. Our parents know that we are their children. Every parent concerned about their children's health. So they should come to the school. They should pressurize this canteen staff in seminars or wherever they meet. To the principal, they could talk and say that the health is a must for every child.
Is there any other way to create awareness among students regarding this?
Ma'am, posters, banners, we could stick it at every place, at public places that they could.
Okay, thank you. That's the end of the test.
Thank you.
Goodbye.